Guys, hey besties, how are you guys doing? Welcome once again to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time coming across my video, I go by the name Rosie and I give you wig tutorials every week, so you will do well to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos like this. And to my returning subscribers, thank you very much. So today we will be looking at how to properly place your 2x6 KMK closure on a dome cap for wig making. So these are the things we are going to use: a scissors, as always, a tape measure, the closure itself, and a thread, and some pins as well, office pins. So you try to get your middle part of the closure. Now, as you can see in the video, I was trying to let you know that you should make sure you place your closure a bit forward. It shouldn't be completely on the dome cap. Let it come a bit, just half inch or maybe a quarter inch forward before you pin it. Now, I already got the middle part of my closure, right? And so that is why I went ahead to pin it. But to show you guys how to do it, you can just simply fold the closure into two to get the middle part, or just go by the line in the middle of your KMK closure, right? So this is how I went by it. This is what I just did. Then you go ahead to drag it a bit forward, not too much, but a bit forward. Then you go ahead and pin the middle part onto the middle line on the cork head or the canvas head, right? So that is what I just did. And then you go ahead to secure the back. Before you do the front side, make sure you secure the back before you go ahead and you secure other parts of the closure. So I'm just making sure my closure is properly placed before I go ahead and do anything else. So after that, you turn back and then drag the back of it, of the closure, and then pin it down. Now, by the way, I'm using a 10 inches 2x6 KMK closure. Yeah, so that is what I'm using in this video to make this video for you guys. So you go ahead and pin all the sides. Make sure it is lying down flat. You want to make sure your closure is really lying down flat before you can even think of sewing it. So make sure whilst you are pinning, you are not just pinning but dragging, and then you pin it so that it lies down flat for you. So you can go ahead and secure all the sides if you want to, but for me, I just secured the back, the front, and that is all. I didn't secure the sides of the closure. So this is how it is looking like after securing the front. So you can see the closure is a bit forward, it's not directly on the dome cap. Now that is what you want to be getting. So please do well to clip away your excess hair before you go ahead and sew your closure. So I went ahead to clip the excess hair, and this is how flat. You can see the sides are lying down flat, no bumpiness anywhere. It should be as flat as it can be. So I already threaded my needle. I'll be using the C pin. You can use the straight pin if you want. So I already threaded my needle long enough, and then also tied a knot. So let's get into it and start sewing. Now, before you sew, you want to make sure you are sewing right from the dome cap. Where the dome cap starts from, that is where you want to start sewing from. So I was just giving you a clear view. So start right from the dome cap, right from where the band is. Start from that side. So in this video, I will be picking from the lace to the dome cap, not from the dome cap to the lace. So in my other previous videos, I usually pick from the dome cap through to the lace, but this time I'll be doing it the other way around. And then anyhow you do it, it gives you a different look of stitches, right? So just go ahead and then pass it through your thread, and then automatically it makes a knot. So that is it. Then you go ahead to do the same thing. Make sure your thread is not too long. When your thread is too long, it just interrupts your sewing, makes your sewing, so it takes a lot of time because it keeps on tangling. So make sure it's not too long. So I just went ahead to sew, and then when you sew, when you pass your needle through the lace through to the canvas, the dome cap, make sure you pass it in between the thread before you pull it, right, to give you that knot you want, right? Make your closure stay in place, and then it keeps long. Your closure the thread doesn't come off. So that is what I was doing in this video. I just went ahead to sew. So let's sew. Watch me as I sew to the end. So I had gotten to the back of the closure, and so as you can see in this video, I still have my office pins in place because I do not want my closure to lift whilst I am sewing. So always sew past where your needles are or where you've secured the closure before you remove them, because you don't want your closure to lift or even shift. You want it to be in place. So just keep on sewing until you've passed where your pins are. Then you can remove your pins. Do not remove your pins when you've not gotten to that side where you've secured, else your closure is going to lift, and you don't want that. When it lifts to it is going to shift. It's not going to be in place. So make sure you keep them in the pins in position. Let them be there until you have sewn past it. So I was almost getting to the end of the other part of the closure, and so you want to make a knot. When you are done, make sure you make a knot at least 3 times before you cut your thread. And so this is how the placement and the closure is looking after sewing it. So if you want to see how I adjusted my dome cap, I have a video of it in my previous video. You can go and check it out, right? And then if you want to also know how to place a closure, I also have that, a 4x4 closure. I also have that in my videos. You can go and check it out as well. See you next time.